Hello, world. This is Barbie Lee. This is really kind of challenging for me to figure out technically today. So I'm going to do my best. You're not going to see me. You're going to see my slides because I don't know how to figure this out. So, but we can still talk about taking time to pee. It doesn't matter what you actually see, but the slides are more important than me. But I did put my little picture up there in the corner so you do know who you're talking to or, who you're listening to. So I am Barbie Lee. And I am really happy that you guys are here. And I can't see everything, can't see the chat, so I'm trying. I'll keep jumping back and forth. So you could have been anywhere else right now, but you choose to be here. So give yourselves a little pat on the back. And you can't see me, but I'm patting myself on the back. So let's see, does that work? Oh, so you'll never find time for anything. If you want time, you must make it. Right? So is it all right if I tell you a little bit of my story? And I'm assuming you're all nodding your heads and saying, yes, of course you can. So I wore the busy badge like it was this badge of honor, right? The busier I got, the more prestige I perceived that I had, right? Until I didn't. Because you see, the universe had another plan for me. I couldn't see it because, well, I frankly was way too busy. So the universe did what the universe does, right? And it course corrected and it totally knocked me on my ass. And literally, because I got sick, like sick enough to get that wake up call that says, oh my God, Barbie Lee, you need to be better. So thank God my friend Paulette loved me enough to tell me to, slow down and take better care of yourself and truly, take time to pee. And that's where I got the name for this presentation today. My friend Paulette basically showed up at my doorstep and said one day, shut up and eat this, it's not going to kill you. And she provided me with a box of nutrition from Isogenics, which was really cool. But little did she know that I had often looked at this plethora of medication that was on my bedside. And I was wondering to myself, if I took all this, right now, would this just all be over? Could I just be done with it all? And she was like, well, you should probably do this instead. So I'm glad I did, because here I am today, right? And I have a completely different life. So she basically, she taught me how to feed my body better so I could function better. And literally, because all the functions of my body started to, function better and, I guess take time to pee. It all comes together, right? We come full circle in that, but more about that later. But she really encouraged me to live the life and really kind of ask myself, if this was the last day of my life, is this what I would want to be doing, right? And my answer was, hell no, like a capital hell no. So what I ended up doing is assuring my quality of life. And that's what taking time to pee is all about. Because you see, we cannot manage time. We have no way to manage time in our world because there's 24 hours in a day and we have no choice. But we can manage our activities, right? I always say time management is a myth, but we can manage our activities. So for me, I'm kind of taking a look at this. So you'll figure out a way to break it up to actually fit in your life. But let's just imagine the average person wakes up at 7 in the morning and goes to bed at 11 o'clock at night. So that gives them about 8 hours of sleep a night. Now you might be going, oh my gosh, Barbie Lee, I'm not having 8 hours. That's okay. This is kind of the ideal picture to get towards, to work towards. And hey, thanks to everybody who's jumping in. So basically there's 16 hours in a day for your activity management system. And I don't say time management because we can't manage time, because you know that song, time keeps on ticking, ticking, ticking into the future. Anyways, it kind of does that, right? So we have to manage our activities. So if we're looking at 16 hours a day, 7 days a week, that's 112 hours per week, basic math. I took out 2 hours for flexibility, okay, because maybe you want to sleep in or stay up late or whatever. It doesn't matter. I took out 2 hours. And I also like working with really nice round numbers. So at 110 hours per week. So you're like, wow, 110 hours a week, that's a lot of time, right? So we're going to talk about how do you break up your activities. Well, for the very first thing that's so important to me is pay yourself first. That's 10% of your time, which is 11 hours. And I'm going to go through each one of these individually. So pay yourself first. Then, of course, there's got to be play, right? You need to spend some time in play. And that should be about 11 hours if this is your timing, right? But give 10%. 10% should be given. There should be education 10%. investing for spending, and we'll talk about these a little bit in detail, and then necessities. Now, isn't that funny that necessities is last, right? But that's the way it really should work in this world, right? Because no one ever goes to their deathbed and says, oh, I wish I worked more. Like, they really don't. Okay, so the very first one, this is my favorite quote, is take care of your body. It's really the only place that you have to live, right? Like, where else are you going to live? So if you lose your health, where are you going to live? Like, seriously, think about it. If you lose your health, where do you go? Right? You're in this body that's diseased, sick, whatever. So if you're not taking care of yourself, if you're not paying yourself first, you are losing your health, maybe to gain your wealth, but then you'll end up spending your wealth to regain your health. Like, that's ridiculous, right? Why not do it all simultaneously and have this juicy and delicious life? That's what I'm all about, right? So these 11 hours are just for you. So how are you going to pay yourself first, right? So let's talk about it. What are the 3 things you are going to implement this week to take better care of yourself? Maybe it's something as simple as, oh my God, I really do need to take time to pee. You need to sit down if you're a girl, or, stand close to the toilet when you're a boy. And then when you're done, wash your hands, play with the bubbles, use warm water, sing a song. We teach kids to sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star when they're washing their hands to ensure that they're getting, the proper amount of hygiene. Maybe that's what you do. Maybe you take a couple of deep breaths. Maybe after every time you pee, you go for a quick walk up and down the stairs and just, kind of clear your mind. Or maybe you start drinking more water, or maybe you start eating a little bit healthier. And that's my specialty. So, I'm all about quality of life assurance with the best breakfast ever. That's my business, right? So I'm all about feeding the body better. So if you want better nutrition, let me know. But think about what little things. Now, don't say, I don't know. Because I don't know means I don't give a crap and I'm not willing to learn. Because with the plethora of information that we have out there, finding 3 things to make your life better is going to be super easy. So you got 3 things? I know you do, because you're super smart, right? All right, next one. What do you think this one is? That's right, play. So you get 11 hours a week of play, or 10% of your weekly waking hours for play. It's allowed and encouraged, okay? Most people are like, oh, after the age of 10, they don't really get to play. Baloney, right? You get to sing and dance, or create something, or destroy something, or build something, or go out with friends and be alone, right? Just actually be alone with your thoughts. Maybe sleep, right? Maybe that's your idea of fun. Have a date night with your spouse. Whatever that looks like to you, whatever fun looks like to you, that's all I'm saying. Just have fun, okay? So the question then comes to, are you ready? How are you going to play for 11 hours this week? Yes, 11 hours. Write it down right now, just on your agenda. Just write yourself a note, put it on a sticky, stick it on there. So if you're in Edmonton and you want to have some fun on Friday night, the Nervous Flirts, they're a live band that does karaoke, so you get to be a rock star for a live band. You can come to the rec room at West Edmonton Mall at 9:30 on Friday night and come and sing and dance with us. Trust me, it's a lot of fun. But maybe you just want to take a walk and you don't feel you have enough time, right? You do not want to be busy. You want to be blissfully productive. And when you look at your life as a whole, right, and give yourself these 10% or 11 hours to play, life is so much better. Trust me. My coach always tells me, you need to slow down to speed up, Barbie Lee. And it took me a while to get it, but I get it. Then there's your time, your talent, and your treasure. What is that? That's all about contribution. It's tithing your talents, your time, your treasures. Zig Ziglar has this great quote that says, you can get everything you want in your life simply by helping enough people get everything they want in theirs. Like, isn't that life, right? Help others, help yourself. Not help others because you're going to get rewarded. No, help others, help yourself. It's this give and take, this flow of the universe. Ooh, I love it. Dance, walk, date night, movie dates with my kids, visit with my friends. Oh, you know what? If you have kids, this was my favorite thing to do when they were growing up. So one of my kids has a birthday on the 18th. One of them has it on the 28th. And what we always did is on the Thursday closest to their birthday was our date day, just mom and daughter. And we would do whatever they wanted. So it was so much fun. So there's all kinds of ways to create play. and contribution. So what are you going to do to contribute? Where or who or how are you going to help this week? Now, I attend the Center for Spiritual Living South here in Edmonton. I love that place. I usually get there at like 10 o'clock in the morning. I typically, well, I didn't leave on Sunday till 10 o'clock at night because we had 3 different activities. In between, I stayed and did some volunteering and stuff. It was beautiful. I loved it. It not only fed me my mind, education, not only caused me joy, play, right, because I got to sing and dance with friends. I was contributing. There was so much involved in that one process. So my question is, who or how are you going to help this week? And I'm going through these really quickly because normally I do this in 90 minutes, not 30. So you can go back and replay and then pause as you're making your lists. All right. So now we're up to the next, nope, tomorrow, nope, later. No, right now, right? This is the right now, the here and now. This is what I'm talking about, investing for spending, right? Handling money is not a natural skill. It has to be learned. You must learn how to make money work for you and not always you working for your money, right? Many of the people in this group are business owners. So you already understand that if you invest today, the ROI for tomorrow is immense, right? So what are you going to invest? How are you going to invest? Now, I chose network marketing as part of this. Now, that's also my full-time gig, so it's my necessities, etc. But I really focus on learning the craft of network marketing, learning what is important in it. So my question to you is, where can you start investing your time today so that you have more time to spend later? So those of you that follow me on Facebook, you know that in whatever it is, 39 days or something, I am off to Mexico. I'm spending 4 months in Mazatlan because I can, because I have an online business, and because I have created a residual income, because I invested in my time starting 13 years ago. I have a much different life today. So where can you start investing your time today so that you can have more time to spend later? It's a really important question. And if you're really stuck, reach out to me. Whether network marketing is for you or not, I have other things that I do too. I do some investing, I have some real estate, I have some raw land, I invest in an AI company. Like, I do all kinds of different things because I want to learn today and invest today so I have so much more tomorrow. Because I'm only 50, right? Like, I'm only 50. This is my favorite one. What did you learn today? So the little girl saying to daddy, hey, what did you learn today? Daddy's looking all stunned because daddy's thinking, I don't have to learn anything. You're the child. You're supposed to learn. But in truth, we should be spending 10% of our time learning. You know that expression, use it or lose it. Go learn something. So take a class, teach a class, right? Teach a class is kind of what I'm doing right now, right? Read a book, attend a seminar, just do something to learn. Now, if I wasn't kind of locked in on my screen here, and if Facebook actually, I could figure it out. I have a whole bookshelf of stuff behind me. One of my favorite books that I can incorporate learning and it, like the education piece of it and the investing for spending, is The Wealthy Barber by David Chilton and The Wealthy Barber Returns. 2 of my favorite books by a Canadian author because he keeps it really simple. I'm also learning Spanish right now because obviously I'm going to spend time in Mexico, so it's probably a really good idea if I learn Spanish, right? So these are the questions that I ask myself. Oh, sorry, I just got caught up in a comment, and Nilo says, I love how you've branded yourself, Barbara. Thank you. I love my life. My quality of life is spectacular, but it's taken me time to get here, right? I didn't wake up from this sickness one day and just go, oh, everything is fabulous. No, it took work. And this is the process that I use. Now, when I started, this was all out of whack. I didn't spend 10% of my time in education. I was spending 95% of my time, if not more, in necessities. And I had to just look at how I saw things differently. Then things started to change. You know that beautiful expression, when you see things differently, or when you change the way you look at things, the way you look at things change. Now, the things you look at changes. So when you change the way you look at things, things change. I don't know, something like that. Somebody will type it up and they'll tell me, oh, Barbara, you suck at quotes. And that's okay too, because I really don't care. I get the gist of it anyway. All right. So the next one, I love this picture. Look at this woman. She is finding peace in all of this that needs to happen. Okay. So this is about necessities. This is real life. And this is what is on your list last. Because nobody, like I said, ever went to their deathbed and said, gee, I wish I worked more. No, that's a bunch of bullcrap. Your necessities is your work and your home life. This is where you focus on the fundamentals. And you're like, oh my God, 55 hours. I work 80 hours a week. Well, stop it, right? There's this beautiful, just go and type on YouTube, Bob Newhart, stop it. And just stop it. This is ridiculous. We are not meant to work 50, 60, 70, 80 hours a week. For what? For what? Trust me. Your life is right here and right now. So necessities, this 50% of your time is last on your list for a reason. Because when you focus on the fundamentals, right? It's like I explained that it's like that green plate. You never play with Lego and you try and build something and you're like, look at my great, and it falls apart because you don't have that green plate holding it all together. You need your green plate. That's all of this. This is taking care of yourself spiritually, physically, mentally, making sure you have the right friends, the right information, hanging out with really cool people. This is how you live that juicy and delicious life. So when you focus on your necessities for 55 hours, that's a lot of time, folks. So what happens in the beginning, I told you before, for me, what happened in the beginning was my necessities was about 95% of my time. So I had to break down what my necessities were. So that's what I'm going to challenge you to do. Write down everything you have to do or get to do. And what can you outsource, right? What can you give to somebody else to do? What can you dump because you don't need it, right? There's that dump, do it, dump it, or delegate it, right? So what can you just do and get out of the way? What can you delegate? Like, what can you outsource? And more importantly, what do you just need to dump? Like, what kind of crap are you doing every day in your life that you don't want to do? And it doesn't serve you, and you know it doesn't serve you, but you keep doing it anyways because it's what you do, right? That's what I'm saying. Getting rid of this crazy busy crap and move into blissfully productive where you actually get to take time to pee. Because think about it. How many times, ladies, do you not even sit? Right? You push and you get it out, you wash your hands really fast, and you get back to whatever you have to do. Just take time to pee. Trust me, life is so much sweeter, so much sweeter. All right, now there's take time for me, right? So this is really important. This all falls under, pick a category, okay? These are things that I do. Take off or turn off the radio while you drive. Just be with yourself. Now, could you listen to a podcast that brings you joy or educates you? Absolutely. But don't listen to the radio. It's just dribble and banter, and it's not serving you. Let yourself be with you or be with something that makes you better. Spend just 3 extra minutes in the shower. I know, you're like, 3 minutes? Oh my gosh, I barely. No, give yourself 3 minutes in the shower. Trust me, you're going to feel so much better. Go for a walk at lunchtime. Right? Don't sit there and check your emails or eat at your desk. Get the hell away from your desk. That's all I'm saying. But play with your kids, right? Take a minute for your pets at lunchtime. Do something for you, right? How about make a home-cooked meal? Oh my God, could you imagine? Like with your own 2 hands, like go shopping for the ingredients and actually make it. That doesn't mean opening a box, ripping off a plastic, or poking holes in a fork or in the plastic and sticking it in a microwave, or opening a can and throwing it in a pot, right? Last night I came home, yesterday afternoon, I came home, I made a soup. I put some hot water and some bouillon and some onions on, and then I added carrots and my friend gave me Jerusalem artichoke, so I threw that in. I threw in some peas, threw in some soybeans, threw in some corn and some tomatoes, and I made a soup. I don't know, call it whatever you want, but I made a soup. I made it with love. And before I got on here, I had a little bowl of soup. And I'm like, oh, I love me because I made that. And every time I'm going to eat that soup, I'm going to feel great about it. That's this quality of life. This is that taking the time for me, right? It's not just about hurry, 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 rush, 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 and get out there and do. Here's the bottom line, guys. We are human beings, not human doings. So who are you being? Are you taking time to pee? Now, I have a free ebook. It's under Quality of Life Assurance Made Easy, but you got to go to barbieleehemmings.com to find it. My work site, if you want Quality of Life Assurance, you go there.com. But if you want the ebook, you got to go to barbieleehemmings.com. Here's my final, earth-shattering moment. Are you ready? It's like mic drop. See, you can't see me. I've got all these props in my head. You just can't see me. I look like a crazy person in my office. Here's my final point, ladies and gentlemen. You matter first. You've heard that expression on the airlines. You've all flown. You all have heard or seen on a movie where they say, in case of emergency, put the oxygen mask on you first. And then people go, oh my gosh, no, put the oxygen mask on you first. If you are not taking care of yourself, how the hell can you take care of anybody else? How can you take care of your clients? How can you take care of your children, your spouse, your aging parents? You need to be selflessly selfish to be blissfully productive. So yeah, sit down, take time to pee. Yeah, wash your hands, play with the bubbles, go for a walk, play with a pet, read a book, write a book, come to karaoke with me on Friday night. Join any of my meetups here in Edmonton. Join a meetup in the city that you're in. Just freaking live life to the fullest. In my business, I always say, if you fully live, or if you want to fully live until you die, check in with me in Quality of Life Assurance, because you will be a better you. That's all I got, ladies and gents. If you have any questions in the replay, post them. I'll come back. I'll answer any questions. If you want to go through this more thoroughly with me and try and explain, I love this, try and explain, but Barbie Lee, I'm so busy, and talk to me. I will help you break it down. I will help you find the pieces in your life to redirect to play and education and stuff. I work for lunch. Seriously, you want to take me out for lunch? I will share and I will talk to you and we'll figure this out together. You don't have to be alone. Let's do this together. All right. Thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thank you to everybody watching the replay. I am so honored that I had this opportunity to share this information with you. And like I said, if you want to reach out to me, reach out. You can link through to me. I'm on, follow me and watch my Shake Talks every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on my Facebook page. And then you actually get to see me with all my hand gestures. Have an amazing day, everybody. And thanks for this opportunity. Bye-bye.